Hello everyone, Jeff and Jay here with another edition of Jay's Big Adventure. Jay's a fuzzy guy, and man, have we got some good news for the channel today. I've been watching Hoovie's Garage and Tavarish and a bunch of these guys, legit street cars, and one of the things that they've done to make themselves successful is to rent some garage space. So of course, I had to follow suit. So here in Salt Lake City, garage space and housing prices are just insane. So when I ran across this, I had to jump on it. This is a 3-car garage, and I rented this space for $3.99 a month. Now, the reason that I haven't posted in the last couple of months is because the garage was full of the other gentleman's stuff, and he has been working on getting it cleared out, but we did get the car in here. This space was also completely full of stuff, and we had to let him clear his stuff out before we could move our stuff in, and we're getting there. So this space is where we're going to start our project. I've got some little roller stands that I'm going to put together that will go under each wheel so we can roll the car around and make it easier to maneuver. And then hopefully we'll be able to start putting it back together once we have the engine and transmission rebuilt and that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a while. First step is going to be to get the interior out of it and see how much of that is savable. But before we do that, we really need to clean up in here. And this floor is not bad, but there's a lot of wood chips in here. And obviously those roller stands are not going to roll if the floor is dirty. So we're going to start there. All right, let's see what we got in here. Jeez, really? Okay. So we've got some nice, these are heavy steel plates with folding handles and some casters. So let's put these together. So now let's see if we can get the car jacked up high enough to get the tire onto our stand. It's really, really close. We got it. And with the wheel on, let's lower this down. All right. Now do the back. So it is time to start working on the interior, and my guess is this is quite a bit of a mess. Let's see if we can get the top down and work on getting some of the interior done. So we're making progress. Got the rear seats up, and there's a huge mouse nest. So I'm gonna full PPE for this program. We get the back seats out, and then we're gonna try to get the front seats out today and work on getting the center console out so we can pull the carpets. If we get that done. Man, were these seats a pain in the butt to get out. I don't know if you've looked at the way the E30 seats work. but there are two tracks that slide together. There's the notched one here, and then the seat attaches to the other side of that track, and the tracks slide back and forth. That's what lets you adjust the seat. The way that works is that there are teeth along the bottom rail, and this piece can be pulled away, and with those teeth disengaged, then the two rails can slide independent of each other, which lets you move the seat back and forth. What happens was when you pull the handle, it releases those teeth on both sides. Or rather, that is what is supposed to happen. What did happen is because these were underwater and they were on the wet carpet, these two rails rusted together really, really well. It was a huge pain. I couldn't get much penetrant in there, and they were just absolutely fused all as one piece. This is actually the second seat that I took out. The first one I broke. So there's a clip on the end of here that's supposed to hold this together. What I did initially to try to get this out of here is I pounded with a hammer from the top side, and I bent the snot out of this bracket. Not only was it now still rusted together, but it was bent to the point where the lever didn't work. What I had to do was get two screwdrivers in here at the same time to let those slide back and forth. And the issue is the seat has to be forward all the way to be able to get the rear bolts out of the bottom of the car. Because I'm tall, the seat was all the way back, and I could not get those bolts out. So after all this fighting and all this grief, I finally got the rails to slide forward. Finally got far enough forward to get some PB Blaster in there to let them soak. They were still all one piece, but I managed to get behind the seat and basically just bang the crap out of the rails to get this loose. Got forward far enough to get the rear bolts out, and then realized I hadn't taken the fronts out, and they were now covered by the rails because the seat was all the way forward. So I had to do this whole freaking dance again to get this seat out. Once I figured it out, this one wasn't as bad. But that's the bad news. The good news is they are both out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reuse much of this, but at least the seats are out of the car. So now I can come in here and work on getting the center console out and get the carpet out, and then we'll work on the door panels and the glass. And guys, that is it for this episode of Jay's Big Adventure. It has been a long, dirty day, and we're going to go home and drink heavily. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. We'll have more videos out soon.